This is State Farm agent Jason Hardy coming to you today with the Junction City Dragons Player of the Week, DeCorey Larry. Congratulations, DeCorey, for being named the Jason Hardy State Farm Player of the Week. I always start with this question. Tell me how it feels for your coaches to recognize you as Player of the Week.
Feels good. I feel like I deserved it and plan on coming back, seeing you again.
All right. I love it. I love it. You're just going to throw it out there early. Plans on being a repeat offender. Nice job. Congratulations again. So, DeCorey, quarterback position. Coach gave me some stats here earlier. 11 of 14 passing for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then you rushed three times for 80 yards and 2 more touchdowns. Then you played some defense, got 4.5 tackles and a fumble recovery. Man, that's getting after it. That's production, man. Congratulations on a really good night. So, where'd you play defensively? I know quarterback was the offensive position. Where'd you play on the defensive side?
I played corner.
Corner.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, tell me a little bit about that, man. I mean, are you tired during or just after the game, after going both ways like that, and played some special teams too? Tell me how that feels.
It feels good. Right after that game, I went home and started studying for mineral next week.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The very definition of student athlete. Finish the game, goes home and starts studying. That's great, man. Congratulations for that too.
Yes,
and
sir.
Congratulations for being wise enough to get into the books, because you got to do it. You got to do it. So nice job there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Tell me a little bit more about the passing. Now, you haven't been the quarterback all year long.
No, sir.
So tell me, how did you just decide that you wanted to? Did you bother coach about, hey man, let me try it, or tell me how this evolved? How'd you get there?
Well, it was just at practice throughout the week, and I feel like I needed to speak up and tell coach that I'm ready, and I told him that I was ready.
And that's fantastic. That is fantastic. So had you been taking snaps all year? Had you been getting reps at the quarterback spot?
No, sir.
You had not?
No, sir.
Just this past week?
Yes, sir.
That's incredible.
I ain't played quarterback ever since 9th grade.
That is incredible. And then you go 11 of 14?
Yes, sir.
Man, that's fantastic. Were you throwing the deep ball?
Yes, sir.
That's great. That's great. Man, that is so awesome. So what is it that made you feel like, how did you get up the nerve to go to coach and say, hey, I'm ready. I want to play quarterback?
Because I feel like that with me being out there on offense, that I could make everything work and give this team what they need and lead us to a state championship.
Man, that's awesome. I love to hear that confidence, and I love to hear that swag. And it's not. I don't see this as arrogance coming out. This is just confidence, wanting to get the job done. Man, I love that.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit more. Man, I got 1,000 questions now. How do you do? Where had you been playing?
I had been playing corner.
So you had not been on the offensive side of the ball?
No, sir.
At all?
No, sir.
Not running back?
No, sir.
Not receiver?
No, sir.
Man, that's fantastic. So how do I get there? Okay, so you hadn't been taking snaps. So how do you know the play calls at that point?
It's all in the mind and knowing how to read the defense.
Knowing how to read the defense, which you'd been playing corner, so you had a little bit of an idea as to what to look for on the defensive backs. And what about those linebackers, though? You got to read those guys, too.
Yes, sir. It's all in the mind and keeping them in my eye and watching them.
All right. I gotta get Coach Ball to jump in here. Coach, you gotta tell me how that conversation went when this young man walks up to you and says, I need to play quarterback.
Well, I mean, it wasn't as brass tacks as that.
Oh, but in my mind it is.
Yeah, no, well, his intensity's there, but he's got great passion and he's been diligent. When I got here, DeCorey was transitioning into the 10th grade. He did play quarterback as a freshman. And we're going into my first year that summer, and there was a lot of people within the program saying this is our guy for the future at quarterback, but also corner. And then, there was a size element. He's gotten bigger through the off-season program. They opted out of basketball, big basketball kid, but made a decision for his future. And it's going to benefit him for all his athletics, but he got in the weight room just for 4 months, 5 months, and he put on 15, 20 pounds, and he got stronger. And prior to that, though, to segue back where I was, he tore his ACL. We were doing drills in the indoor, and he tears his ACL about 2 weeks before the season launches. And so, you're talking about a 9-month rehabilitation plus already a underdeveloped frame from a young man at 9th grade going into 10th. So recovery is a lot harder when you're going into your puberty and the things that come with it. And, he really didn't break out of the chains of rehab and his confidence on that, getting that oil change on his knee till probably 2 months ago. And you could see a spurt of him in the spring game we did going into the summer. He had a couple of plays where he popped, and it was at free safety. And then we did a reverse pass, and he throws a 40-yard dot to a kid that can make the play, and the kid drops the ball. But it was an unbelievable throw on the run out of a reverse. I was, oh, wow, that's pretty impressive. Well, then you get in the summer, and he worked all summer. As you can tell, he's dialed in, but he worked all summer, a job, and then he practiced as well. Well, then we get to where we're at. We've worked a quarterback. We had 2 other options at quarterback. Anyone that knows what we do there is we run the football. So we've got a couple of quarterbacks. Well, if we're talking about a true passer, one that can give you the element of, like he said, reading, being able to keep an eye on a backer, and ID to us if we call a play that, hey, coach, this backer's chasing hard, how about we pull and throw it? I think that's where that's coming from with him. Nice. He's naturally talented at that. And so for him to take the steps he did and then, look at me probably about 2 weeks ago and say, Coach, I'm ready to contribute. I can play quarterback. I think I can give us that running element. Well, it was a growing moment for the program and me because we found a hidden gem in him where, again, I heard the whispers and then it came back around, but it came right when we needed it, and it came to him. So as far as the conversation, it was a little more relaxed than that. It was almost a matter of it, like I said, it meeting at a center point for each other. And this moment was made for him. He was made for the moment, and he's our quarterback, and he's doing a phenomenal job.
That's fantastic. Great story. Great story of perseverance and work. And tell me a little bit about that ACL injury and coming back from that and getting that confidence back in your knee and being able to play full bore without worrying about that hurting or re-injuring that. Tell me something about that.
When it first had happened, I thought that I wasn't going to be able to play football anymore, but something kept telling me to keep going, keep pushing. And then I started talking to one of my coaches, and they started helping me rehab my knee and icing it and stuff like that, keeping me going, making sure my knee stays strong. Mm-hmm. And I just kept telling myself, I'm ready. And I finally went out there and did what I had to do to get the job.
That positive self-talk, man, that's great stuff. Tell yourself you're ready. All right, so fast forward now to this season and this season getting started. You're playing cornerback, and you keep telling yourself, I need to contribute on offense. And then it just happened for you this past Friday night. How did that feel after the fact, knowing that you did what you knew you were going to be able to do? What just in your mind, I knew I could do that, right?
Yes, sir. I kept telling myself I got the job done. It's time to move on to next week and get ready.
There you go. It is time to move on to next week, and that's the challenges don't go away, do they?
No, sir.
Man, that's fantastic. Well, again, I could spend the rest of the day talking to you about this. It's been a fantastic conversation. Before we do get away, I always want to ask, tell me something about DeCorey, Larry, off of the field. What do you like to do?
I like to study.
For school. What's your favorite course?
Math. Yes, sir.
Right, man. So what is it that appeals to you about math?
Because that's something you're going to really, really need when you're out of school and stuff like that, when you're doing business jobs and stuff like that.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
I love to hear that, man. That's fantastic. Got a math mind at quarterback, Coach. Golly, what are you going to do with that?
Whatever adds up.
There you go. Congratulations again to Corey Larry for being named the Jason Hardy State Farm Player of the Week for the Junction City Dragons. Great job.
Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck going forward.
Yes, sir.